Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing One Piece Demon Saga. Is this a game that's truly worth your time, or is it just another title riding on the brand with a lot of flashy marketing? Let's break down every detail together in this video. Before we get into the main content, I just wanted to quickly mention that I'm playing and downloading this game through the X7 game platform. It's a platform that specializes in collecting mobile games with tons of great deals and huge discounts. If you want to download the game like I did and experience it together with me, I'll leave the download link in the description and the comments. Since this app frequently updates with new gift codes, make sure to check the X7 game app every day. If you log in one day and don't see any codes, it simply means the previous ones have expired. Just be patient and come back the next day, and there will definitely be new offers waiting for you. Besides that, you'll also receive 6,480 coupons every day in this game if you play through the X7 app for top-ups, which is perfect for free-to-play players. If you can't access the game, you can download a VPN and switch your IP to China. Now let's get back to today's main character. One Piece. Demon Saga is an RPG with a fairly lightweight installation size of just a little over 1 GB. So, unless your phone is extremely outdated, you shouldn't have to worry about storage space. From the very first minutes after entering the game, the thing I noticed most clearly was the huge emphasis the publisher places on the Gacha system. It's no exaggeration to say that Gacha is the soul of the entire experience here. Right from the start, you're given a large amount of resources to roll, and the feeling of pulling characters, opening chests, and waiting for an SSR to appear genuinely creates a certain level of excitement. Exactly what a gacha game should deliver. If you're the type of player who loves the thrill of searching for gold in the sand through gacha pulls, then this part will definitely hook you from the very first moment. When it comes to the characters, the game builds its roster inspired by the One Piece universe we're all familiar with, and collecting and upgrading your team is the core gameplay loop you'll be experiencing throughout the game. The system is pretty easy to understand. You roll the gacha to get new characters, then invest resources to level them up and increase their power before taking your team into battle. It's not a new formula in the gacha RPG genre, but I have to admit it still does a great job of keeping players engaged, especially those who are already familiar with this type of game. As for combat, Demon Saga puts a pretty heavy focus on PvP modes. During my time with the game, I noticed at least 2 distinct PvP categories: team-based battles, which I'll call Team Showdown, and ranking modes like Arena PvP and Ladder PvP. Personally, I think this is a pretty interesting feature because it gives you multiple options when you want to test yourself instead of limiting you to just one type of battle. If you enjoy building a team and competing against other players to climb the rankings and prove your place on the leaderboard, then the PvP content here will definitely give you plenty of hours of grinding. However, this is also where I have to honestly point out something I found a little disappointing. Throughout my experience, I barely found much deep PvE content, such as a well-developed story mode or world quests that let you explore the map. If you're the type of player who enjoys a polished, story-driven journey and loves exploring the world instead of focusing mainly on PvP, then this aspect of the game may feel a bit lacking. Personally, I think this is something the developers should consider investing in more in the future because the One Piece franchise already has an incredibly rich storyline and world building to draw from. Moving on to the graphics and visual experience, Demon Saga is advertised as featuring attractive 3D graphics with many immersive scenes. In actual gameplay, I found the visuals to be pretty decent. The combat skill effects are colorful and the animations are quite lively, making battles feel satisfying to watch. However, I have to say that the art style doesn't really establish a unique identity. It still shares many familiar characteristics with anime gacha games in general. So if you've already played many similar titles, you probably won't find the visuals particularly surprising. As for the audio, this is something I want to spend a little more time talking about because it's probably the area I was least satisfied with during the entire experience. The sound effects, especially during combat, don't feel particularly impactful and come across as somewhat repetitive compared to what I'd expect as a longtime One Piece fan. The background music also doesn't leave much of an impression and fails to capture the unique atmosphere of the original anime. If you're someone who's picky about sound design in games, then you'll probably see this as a fairly noticeable downside. Now let's move on to what I think is the most important part of any review video: the game stability and performance. During my experience, I occasionally encountered minor lag, especially during combat sequences where multiple skill effects were happening at the same time. It wasn't a constant issue, but it was enough for me to feel that the game's optimization still needs some improvement, especially if you're playing on mid-range or lower-end devices. In addition, server connectivity wasn't always perfectly smooth either, so if you experience slightly longer loading times or occasional freezes during peak hours, don't be too surprised. It seems to be a common issue that many players have encountered, rather than something affecting only your device. In terms of social features, the game also includes elements like world bosses, allowing players to work together against challenging bosses and creating a stronger sense of community and cooperation. This is a nice little bonus because it gives you more reasons to interact with other players instead of playing alone all the time. So, to wrap everything up, after everything I've experienced, One Piece, Demon Saga is a fairly well-rounded gacha RPG when it comes to its core loop of collecting characters and engaging in PvP. It provides a solid amount of entertainment for players who enjoy this genre and have a special love for the One Piece universe. Its biggest strengths are definitely the generous gacha system and the variety of PvP modes that give you plenty of long-term goals to pursue. However, the things you should consider before committing to the game for the long haul are the underwhelming audio quality, the rather limited PvE content and storyline, as well as a few minor performance and connection issues that I encountered during my playtime. If you're a hardcore One Piece fan looking for a casual gacha game to enjoy while grinding PvP every day, then I think Demon Saga is still worth trying, especially since downloading it through X7 Game also gives you the chance to receive plenty of rewards that can help you save time farming resources early on. But if you prioritize a deep and polished story-driven experience, then you may want to think a little more carefully before jumping in. Those are all of my most objective thoughts after spending time with One Piece Demon Saga. What do you think about this game? Leave a comment below so we can discuss it together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my upcoming game review videos. See you all in the next video.